Hola, my loves. Happy New Year. Bonjour. January the 1st, 2020. We are entering a new decade. Maxine Waters said something that was so important and so relevant. And many use it as a joke, they use it as a meme. Some people use it in seriousness, but it was so it was so important, and for me this morning it resonated in my spirit so deeply. Reclaiming my time. And this morning the revelation that I got was so profound. I know we all have been excited to end this decade that we just left and go into this new decade feeling just full of clarity, vision, and purpose, and ready to manifest all that is for us, all that God has for us. But I woke up this morning saying there was something else I needed to do to reclaim my time so that I can reach my fullest potential, lacking nothing, withholding nothing, and so I can be able to stop hitting habits and situations that I find myself in, that even when I get to a high peak, something pulls back. Something happens, familiar spirit that I felt in my heart so deeply, I had to cut down, that I had to eliminate. And so it was, for me, it was more than just a verbal speaking it and casting it down. It was coming to the place where I believed that I needed to come to. And I came to my elementary school, Henry W. Allen, and it's no longer Allen anymore. Before I came here, I went to my old house on Mulberry Gate here in the 13th Ward of New Orleans. I went there first, and I had a conversation declaring and decreeing and canceling some things there. And then I come to the school and I did the same thing. And I wanted to share that process because it felt, first of all, it felt so amazing, but it just really makes me look at my life and seeing whereas those things that were still showing up in relationships of all kind, business relationships, personal relationships, family relationships, so many dynamics that it was still showing up in, is because it was attached to that childhood that was here. That childhood that was here, that so many people saw something in me, so many people attached to me here. And along the way, when I lost that innocence and lost that childhood, because once I left here, I was no longer a child. For me, I feel like all of my childhood was here. And then I had to grow up and become an adult at such an early age. And I'm like, you know what? Go back to where you kind of lost yourself. Go back to where the enemy tried to stop and hinder your growth, to stop and hinder your full potential. Go back on that same soil that God created you for a purpose, where he was showing you, where you can think about times when you were a little girl in this school and God was showing you who you were through your creativity, through your bubbly personality, through being able to go to different tables and talk to different people, and having different teachers love on you, janitors love on you. I mean, it was just so many people that loved on me here. Some kids I recognize don't have that those good memories of elementary school. Mines were beautiful, and I believe it's the birthplace where God was trying to tell me something. It's the birthplace where God was showing me who I was and showing me my multi-purpose life. For so many years, once I found out who I was, I still would try to numb it down based off of what people were thinking. And then I'm like, he created you. Like, it's a good thing that he created you to be multi-talented, multi-creative, like your personality can go anywhere and talk to anybody. That's a blessing. Go back to the place where he told you and he showed you that. And I had to come back here, and just the memories that's coming through my mind right now, not just from a child, just from over the years, of even how people have tried to cast down who he created, who he was showing me, who he created in this building, on this grounds, in these yards. I mean, it's for me, it's just such a I can't even explain what it feels like. That's just how amazing it feels. And so if you can't, even if you can't make it to your school, because some of us may not have a school anymore because it could be gone, demolished, go back to that place, channel back to that place, and cast down all those things that the enemy tried to take away, and revive who you fully are so that you can fully go into your potential. But adding it to that new being, that new creature, that person who you are now, that one who is smart, who has wisdom, who has knowledge, who can go, who can pray, who can seek and find what they're looking for. When you add that child into who God has been creating you these last decades all together, you can take this new soaring, roaring 20s by storm. You can be all that God has created you to be, and not lacking anything, and knowing who you are and not accepting anything less. This school, my old house, has been upgraded, renovated on the same soil, but have been renovated and upgraded. And now it's a process to get into one of those houses, because the house is a fourplex. And now it's a process. You have to have a certain status, a certain income. You have to be of a certain class to even get into this house. Now they go through a strategic background check. This school, you could just come and register your child, not probably have all the paperwork, and we can get in here. Now you gotta have you gotta take a test. You have to keep up a certain grade point average. It's so much that you have to do now to get into this school. So for me, I'm like, okay, it's so much that you have to do now to be even in the facility of Jada. You gotta go through certain things, because I know my worth and I know who I was created to be. And that's the same thing. Because of who I am, I have to present myself in that manner, because nobody's not gonna go take a test to a school that they know is below average, that they know that's not gonna get their child scholarship, that they know is not gonna get their child to where they're supposed to be. No one's not gonna go and put an application in for a house that wants them to meet a certain stature, but you're not giving the things that's needed, the appliances, the accessories, the quality of the neighborhood. They're not going to apply. So it's a revolving door. I have to be who I have to be, and I have to accept who I want to accept into my energy circle, into my being, to my presence, because I have so much to offer. And if I allow something to come in to take me back, that's my fault, because we have knowledge. You know, say people, we fail because of the lack of knowledge. But when we have knowledge and the wisdom and know who we are and who we were created to be and what we were created for, things change dramatically. So this is who I am, and I'm unapologetically Jada, etc., who God has called me to be. And any given day it could be whatever it can be, but he's giving me discipline, he's giving me strategy, he's giving me doors that's opening for each and everything that I need to be in. But the most important thing that I know that he's called me to be is to help others find out who they are, help others in their wellness, physically, mentally, spiritually, because it's so important. You got to be mentally well, you got to be spiritually well to be able to take on these dark people out here in these streets. You have to be. And so I'm thankful for all of that. I'm thankful for that little bitty girl with the Jerry curl that he had walking the grounds of this school, talking to everybody, participating in everything, being everyone's friend. Every person that knew that came to this school, I knew them, because I felt like it was my job to make myself know them. And it's my job to be that person, be that light. And I'm so thankful that I was able to come here and have that conversation. So whatever that private conversation to you looks like, you call upon your angels, call upon your spirit guide, ask the Holy Spirit to come with you as you speak and cast those things out. Come with you so that you can soar fully into who God has created you to be. Don't let this day pass you by being the same. It's not too late. We've left 2019, the decade back there. We're going into 2020. And this year is all about manifestation, manifesting all that stuff you went through, all that stuff God had told you, all that stuff you know and felt in your spirit. It is now the time to see that stuff come to pass. I promise. do your part and watch it come to you. I love you. Happy New Year.